Well, I believe in good vibrations is what creates a beautiful nation. All you need is the will to do right, do right, do right.
Starting to think you guys don't like me anymore.
I sent every link available. You're the one who showed up late.
I did not get a text.
Sean,
Yes.
did you get a text?
No.
You get the text in group chat?
No, I had to go into Twitter to get it.
Oh, well, I
Dang.
Which
emailed
is
Sean, and I
where
texted, or I emailed Josh.
Which is where I found out that Scott Adams had quote tweeted me and had to dig through a bunch of shit.
How many notifications were there?
Quite a bit, like
Oh.
30 some.
Oh.
So it must have
Scott
just
Adams,
happened.
huh?
It didn't
Congratulations,
happen this
friend.
morning. Oh, whatever. He's a dick.
What was the tweet?
Huh? Oh, he had a poll up that was basically very well crafted. It was like, so here, let me pull it up and I'll read it directly because it's ridiculous and I called him on his shit. Give me a second. That is
Puerto Rico says, hey babe, you're hotter than Anne Heche. Pickup line going too far now that she's in a coma? No, she doesn't mind. She's not gonna hear it.
okay. So here's the poll that Scott Adams put up. If you knew a shot had a strong chance of minimizing your illness and maximizing your survivability, but had no impact on transmission, how would you describe it? Two choices: useless or useful. So there was
rephrase that.
Restate it? Because you don't rephrase that.
Yeah.
Say it again.
if you knew a shot had a strong chance of minimizing your illness and maximizing your survivability, but had no impact on transmission, how would you describe it? And his choices are useless or useful.
Useless.
Yeah, that's a false choice.
No, that's what I'm saying. The way he framed this is the point. And then
right.
Some guy replied, that depends on what the meaning of vaccine is as a joke. And then somebody replied to that, said, Scott simply asked useful or not. He did not say anything about a name, which is true. So I said, Scott framed this question to limit the choices or discussions knowing the answer already, just to make him feel better about supporting or taking the shots, or to justify buying into the lie. Better question, Scott. Did they lie about the therapeutic value as well?
Good answer. Good answer. I've been watching a lot of Family
So
Feud.
he quote tweeted me saying, one strong signal for cognitive dissonance is when the afflicted person switches to a personal attack based on mind reading. I've never quote unquote supported anyone taking the shot but me, nor do I believe any data on the topic, good or bad. So I had to, and this is just 20 minutes ago, I had to respond and say, you sure do blather on and on about your personal choice obsessively like it matters to anyone else. I'm not attacking you. I'm asking a different question that might be pertinent going forward from here. No dissonance required. I answered your poll in good faith.
Yeah. Suck it, Scott.
Pretty much.
Dilbert's not even funny.
Not anymore.
Yeah, I had one that I was just a throwaway comment on this fitness girl, and she's like, when no one will spot you, I'm like, here's what you do: you go up to a group of guys, and you ask them to spot you at your weight, and when they say no, you apologize because the number's too high.
Okay, thank you.
You're like, sorry, I didn't realize it was over your max. And you walk away. Someone will follow you back. I wake up to my TikTok having like 400 responses. People just being pissy with me. Like, oh well. Like I was like, oh, like I did it all the time in wrestling. Because there's only one guy who had a higher bench than I did, and it's not the bench, it's the curl. But we always had fun with it. It's like hey, who's doing 280? I need a spot. No one. Especially when you go down to like the 110 crowd. Any you doing 280? Spot me. But turns out she had like 2.4 million followers. I was like, oh, shit. Apparently 1% responded and I'm fucking flooded for the next month. But yeah, Scott, he's so pretentious that he does read down into the tweets.
Well, and it's so obvious that he got caught up in the hype. And then he's just everything he's been doing for basically the last year is self-justification for falling for the lie, number one, and falling for the hype, number two.
Mm-hmm.
He spends an inordinate amount of time talking about that nonsense.
Yeah. And we're live! Welcome to a brand new episode of Anecdotally Arguments. I am your host, Jay Fry, and with me is Sean. How's it going, Sean?
It's Monday. We're here. Wahoo.
Yeah.
Back from a Susan Wiki-Wiki strike. Thanks, Susan.
Yeah. And for those of you who listened to the last stream, it wasn't for what you think it was.
It certainly had nothing to do with something I said.
Surprisingly, that was not mentioned. Yes.
I do believe it was what I said, but the other thing I said, not the thing I said that you would think it would be.
Yeah, not that thing. It's the other thing.
Yeah, which is the shocking part.
Yeah. Did you enjoy your break?
Sure.
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, I had a power outage issue the 1 week, which was stupid. And then we had the birthday party traveling and the coof, and then everyone was awful one day.
Yeah, it's been a hot mess of a summer. That's for damn sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They kept sending me back into the White House because I kept testing positive for the coof. It was terrible. Oh, speaking of, so Dark Brandon is on the trending list, and then right after this we'll get into the video. But this guy listed as Biden's accomplishments at Biden Works posted August 5th, so this is Friday. Wait, did Brandon just deliver in the span of 1 week a massive reconciliation bill, CHIPS bill, veterans bill, elimination of an Al-Qaeda leader, and the longest stretch of plummeting gas prices, and a red-hot jobs report? Yeah. Hey, that week, he wasn't there. He wasn't there at all because he had a 14-day COVID on a 12-day COVID pass. like that's Biden getting out of the way, and all those bills suck.
So it doesn't really matter anyway.
Yeah. So that is what that is. But this Dark Brandon meme, holy shit, it's so much cringe.
I've absolutely tuned out of the meme, so educate me if you don't mind, or enlighten me.
All right, so you know how you had God Emperor Trump and the golden armor and the Warhammer 40K armors?
Oh, for sure.
Well, this is Nazi-eyed glowing Biden as Dark Brandon, and this doctor apparently says that Dark Brandon, first of his name, wearer of aviators, passer of major legislation, slayer of Republican bullshit, commander's commander. It's like, you guys realize he's not, like, President Biden is not watching cable news TV all day. He's not tweeting insults or other nonsense at all hours of the night, and he's not pocketing our taxpayer dollars while golfing at his resort.
No,
He's just getting stuff done for the American people.
Holy shit!
No,
He's pocketing way more personal cash off the backs of the American taxpayer than Trump ever did.
Weekend strike in Afghanistan kills top Al Qaeda leader, and it says Dark Brandon strikes again. Biden on the sword from it's an AR pile instead of a sword pile from Game of Thrones. The funniest thing about Dark Brandon is the meme was originally invented by Chinese propaganda cartoonists. Oh, so you're doing their job for them? God, these things are just so creepy.
Boys, the Republic is lost.
Mm-hmm. This one's actually good. It's a crowd with Brandon with the red eyes. These are just stupid. All right, let's get to the movie review. What did we think?
Actually, 2 movie reviews.
Oh, what was the other movie? Falling Down and what was the other movie?
Training Day. Technically, we didn't cover Training Day.
Oh, we didn't come. Oh, swore we did.
I swore we did too. Are we missing one somewhere? Hang on.
King Kong ain't got nothing on our level of organization.
No, Man on Fire. I'm sorry, it was Man on Fire.
Oh, well, understandable.
So
yeah,
still Denzel.
Understandable mistake.
So, who's got anything on Man on Fire? I thought it was a good movie.
I don't think I ever watched it.
Swampy?
It's a 3.5 out of 5 for me. It's not great, but it's good enough.
I would have gone 3. Yeah, 3 out of 5. But that's most of for everything I think of for Denzel.
I don't know. He's got some good ringers, and the dude's like classically trained Shakespearean actor, so he's definitely got chops.
Yeah. Denzel's summer stock. What are you talking about?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
He's been in Shakespearean plays translated to the screen previously.
Such as?
No, he wasn't. He was definitely in.
I wouldn't call Leonardo DiCaprio a Shakespearean trained actor.
No, he is a Family Ties trained actor.
Sure. All right, so inside of that Romeo and Juliet, which I absolutely love that version of Romeo and Juliet, even if it does have Jean Leguizamo in it. Peter, oh goddamn, what's his name? Peter
Denzel for sure was in Much Ado About Nothing, and I thought he was in Othello, but I'm confusing him with Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne.
I could have sworn he was in Othello as well. So yeah, that's not just you making that mistake.
Yeah.
What was his name? He just died. Hold on, I'll flip him up. Perthwaite? Breathwaite?
But yeah, I don't know if he's Shakespearean trained, but he's definitely Broadway trained.
Pete Postlethwaite is a Shakespearean trained actor.
Postlethwaite?
Yeah. He plays the Father Lawrence. He plays the dad in the new Clash of the Titans. He's got so many credits to his name. He's a great actor. Very, very, very distinct. Oh, he was the hunter in the second Jurassic Park movie.
Oh yeah, that's true. What didn't he play on a couple of or wasn't he in The Death of Julius Caesar as well?
I don't think he was that old. No? Okay. I didn't see it. But I'll look him up for you real quick. Death of Julius Caesar. Wayward Son. James and the Giant Peach. Usual Suspects. Oh, he was Kobayashi. That's right. Shakespeare, the Animated Tales. See? Last of the Mohicans, he was Captain Beams. Hamlet, he played the Player King.
I still haven't seen Dances with Wolves yet. Not Dances with Wolves, Last of the Mohicans.
Yeah, Postlewaite died in 2011.
Really? Oh.
Mm-hmm. I'm not seeing Julius Caesar in here. Yeah, I can't believe Matt hasn't seen Airplane either.
It's definitely right up his alley.
I just can't believe a friend of his didn't... Oh. He was in Alien 3 as David Postlewaite. That was his character's name. Like, wow. You don't just make that last name up. But apparently he switches between Peter and Pete. Depending
yeah, that's acceptable.
Yeah. Oh, he was in Dragonheart.
Yeah, wasn't he the one of the hunters?
Possibly. I know he wasn't the dragon.
No, that was the greatest man that ever lived, Mr. Sean Connery. You know how to put a bitch in her place.
I love that they tried to cancel him for saying slap a bitch, and they couldn't get it done.
To be fair, that was 20 years, 30 years ago. Wow. Probably 40 years ago now. Holy
well, yeah,
shit.
It was probably 40 years ago, but it came back about 20 years ago. Ironically, it took one of my favorite movies, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, to kill him.
Yeah, really. I really like the premise of that movie. It just really, I don't know where it went wrong.
I'm willing to bet that the third Indiana Jones movie was after League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
No, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen was like 2003, man.
What? Yeah, I thought it was like mid or early 90s.
No, it's after Entrapment. It's after Finding Foster. It's after the Avengers, which also nearly killed him. I like Rising Sun, actually. It's one of my favorite movies. Highlander 2 The Quickening, we did not talk about. 1989.
For
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Oh.
Yeah, no. What was the date for League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
2003.
Yeah.
Wow. I can speak.
Could have sworn that was much earlier than that.
Oh, no, sir.
You're thinking of the Avenger. Or Avengers. I believe. That's 98.
Okay. I don't know.
Right?
The guy did Zardoz, so, I mean, we're not talking,
the guy
quality was never a huge concern of this man.
That was very much at the beginning of his career, and
it was post-Bond, sir.
He was it?
Yes.
Oh, God damn it. Was that? I thought that was like his, Good God, your fucking career's so long. Thumb's got a cramp.
Well, he was in, what was that terrible movie we talked about a while back, Sean? Time Travelers or something like that?
He wasn't in Time Travelers.
Time Bandits?
Time Bandits.
Timeline. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, he was in
Time Bandits.
Yeah.
Macbeth. Yeah. Dr. No. Russia with Love. Goldfinger. Thunderbolt. You Only Live Twice. Oh, and then Diamonds Are Forever. 1974 Zardoz. Along with Murder on the Orient Express, The Terrorist, all in the same year.
I actually have that version of the Murder on the Orient Express. I need to watch it.
Oh, he was in. Oh, that's right, 1979's Meteor.
Oh, fuck.
Outland, that was awful.
It was outlandish.
Yeah,
He was in the Highlander movie that was never made.
that's right. And he was in the Highlander movie that was made.
That's true, too. The only movie where you get a Frenchman to play the Scot and a Scot to play the Spaniard. Makes perfect sense. Cocaine is not involved whatsoever.
And then you had whoever the hell not Tom Clancy, Clancy Brown was. Pretty sure he was a Russian or something.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Or German, Krieger. The Kruger.
The Kruger.
Yeah, and then he was in the Rising Sun as a Oriental philanthropist or whatever the fuck he was. Like,
well, technically, in You Only Live Twice, he was playing Japanese as well. So.
Well, he was a Russian sub-commander in The Hunt for October.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still one of my favorite movies to watch on a regular basis. I don't know why. It just never gets old.
It's got a good cast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's got a great
Ivy.
foreign cast. Oh, let's set that phone somewhere else real quick.
Well, to defend Zardoz, Fiery, I will say that Sacha Baron Cohen stole the Mankini from Sean Connery.
And set it on Eminem's face.
Fiery, what was with all the damn posts you put up for Red Dead Redemption 2? That was random as fuck.
Wasn't it Clancy Brown? Didn't he play? God damn it, now I gotta look it up. I'm pretty sure it's Clancy Brown. And the craziest part was he got replaced in the TV show by Bull Shannon. Which, like, I'm like, that seems backwards to me. Yeah, it was Clancy Brown. And then Richard Mull did the Clancy Brown character in the first episode of Highlander. Which I'm like, shouldn't that be the other way around?
Well, no, because the TV show had a much lower Canadian dollar sort of budget.
Yeah, but the original Pet Sematary had no wait, that was Fred Gwynn. Never mind. It was like the other Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah, I will not have you besmirch Fred Gwynn, sir.
Oh, I love me some Fred Gwynn.
I liked him in Car 54. Where are you?
Speaking of, I also saw that on the old Tom Hanks backlog catalog. But yeah, I love me some Sean Connery. I even liked The Rock.
It's a decent movie.
It's a stupid fucking movie.
Yeah, but it's done
like
well.
it's done well, but it's done well like Armageddon is done well. Why would you not train astronauts to dig instead of training diggers to astronaut? But yeah, you don't just have pearls of chemicals in slots simply for the fact that it needs to be there to make it look cool when you do things. So that was Clancy. Yes, that was Clancy Brown. We'll not ever speak of Sasha in general. That's different. I never thought you were talking about Hunt for Red Coat. Oh, okay. Yeah. Sam Neill also played a Russian. Dr. Grant. Oh, he was the was he one of the political Russians or the politic? I don't remember. Good group of guys. All English.
So to this week's movie, Falling Down.
Didn't see it.
What?
I didn't have time.
Move that shit to the top of your list.
I know. They both gave it 5s. It is clear that I have to watch it.
I wouldn't give it a 5, but I would definitely give it a strong 4.
Like a good 4.5, if you had to bend?
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's one of those movies that came out of nowhere. And you couldn't make that movie today.
Oh, no. From the preview that I saw, yeah, I don't think you could.
You can't get anywhere near a movie like that today.
Bunny and I and How Dog watched the Babysitter's Guide to Monster Hunting, and it just had nonsense diversity in it. Like the babysitters, there was a white dude, an Asian girl, a quarter black girl, a half black girl. The parents were black and white. Then there was the bitchy boss. She was white because the bitchy boss, she has to be white. But then her kid was entirely Asian, and there was no father. Like what the fuck? And the bad guy was played by Draco fucking Malfoy. It was ridiculous.
Interesting.
Yeah. So if you got kids around and want to watch a movie, I recommend that one just to be like, what the hell? This is, good God, this is. Like, all right. So, have you guys seen The Meg?
Yes.
No.
You haven't seen The Meg?
No.
It takes place, and it completely makes sense. I've read the book and I've watched the movie, so I'm better than you. Is basically what I'm saying it. And it takes place where they says it takes place. The events basically happen the way they say they happen, kind of thing. Like they replaced a couple of people here and there, but nothing to great effect besides for like Jason Statham's character was completely different, and did not fist fight the shark at the end. But so it takes place in the Marianas Trench, which it's located where it's located. Sorry, Captain. And it's between America and China, and they include a beach scene that's not from the book, but they have it in the movie to have more Chinese cast members, and then they stampede each other. I'm like, is that the diversity you want? That's what you're including in your film? Doesn't make sense the way they handle some stuff. Like that could have been in America, and the Americans could have stampeded all over each other.
Yeah, but you got to admit it's a good way to boost your Chinese national cast count.
You could have had a much more subdued than stampede. It could have been much more orderly. Especially because the fucking shark's so gigantic, it can't come within like 200 feet of shore.
Yeah, it'll be beached before it reaches the beach.
Mm-hmm. Like, just speaking like jaw length, there's pictures of people standing inside the mouths of megalodons. So that's like a 12-foot jaw span, just up. That's not counting like belly or nose or. I used to live in one of the Marianas Islands. Good. Is that by the trench or?
It doesn't seem likely.
Yeah, I mean, that a floating island? What the fuck? Are those things?
Well, if you talk to a certain member of the House of Representatives, yes.
Hank Johnson.
Hank Johnson, they float and can capsize.
If you put too many Marines on the Marianas Island, it'll tip over. That's why the Wendy's is located in the center of the island. Fucking dumbass. I loved Falling Down. I would give it a 5 out of 5. It was funny. I still think about it to this day sometimes when I show up too close to 10:30 in the morning at a McDonald's. Because of that movie, I know that breakfast switches to lunch at 10:30. It's been useful my entire life.
Yeah, well, that's no longer true, though. Now McDonald's does breakfast all day long. It took 40 years, but they finally got the fucking memo.
It doesn't do all breakfasts. Like, you can't get a
Hot cakes.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the
big breakfast.
Big breakfast, with hotcakes. But you can get a couple of the only the sandwiches that are scrambled, so none of the McGriddles. Yeah, that's I ended up watching I think it was The Eye of the Beast. The one with Dawson's Creek, James Vanderbeek, and the Megalodon just back to back, and I was like, you know what? I never need to go near the water again. They play. There's a lake by my house, and they play Jaws every year on the water.
Yep.
And every year I buy a ticket, and before I go, I'm like, it's probably rain tonight. I don't need to go. But one day, I will sit on a fucking tube with my ass in the water, drinking a beer, and watch Jaws.
I bet you will.
I've invested $55 in this goddamn event. It's gonna happen one day.
Oh, guess who's home?
Everybody?
Everybody.
They got that. Oh, arboreal rice?
Huh?
You're using arboreal rice?
No, not that.
Oh,
Look
what?
the phone.
Oh,
You still in Tulsa?
You're on.
I'm in Tulsa until further notice.
Well, did you bring the wife up at least?
Is this the gumbo?
No, she's about to have the kid. I'm gonna fly back on Thursday.
Well, fucking mazel tov. Shit.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna be a daddy come Friday.
You hope.
No, she's getting induced. I'll take that. That's my supper tonight.
Oh,
Thank you.
It could still push into Saturday or Sunday.
That's true. I hope not, though.
Fire Waco says Lake Shark. Dude, I've watched so many fucking terrible shark movies. I've got Sand Shark under my
Sand
belt.
shark.
I've got Avalanche Shark, Snow Shark.
The rice you cook?
I've got Ice Spiders. I
Have you ever
got
messed with that type of rice before?
House
I just know
Shark.
short grain. That's all I need.
That's a long grain. That's a very hard grain rice. That's made for risotto.
This story is so
It takes a lot
Hey,
to
you want to
absorb
check
it.
your fridge, please?
Yeah, I'll soften it.
Muted.
Thank you.
What else do I got? I got It Came from the Desert. like everything that Sharkopolis, Sharknado, Sharktopus. But you're missing. Do you know the sequels?
No.
Sharktopus versus Terracuda, and Terracuda, which is a pterodactyl barracuda, versus Whale Wolf,
Whale wolf, nice.
which is a wolf mixed with a killer whale. So you got on land and sea for that. It's I actually enjoy those movies. They're not great. Like I wouldn't recommend them, but they're. Go ahead, watch them. Fuck it. Yeah.
They're a fun watch.
Keith Carradine is in the Terracuda one. He's such a dick. Oh my god, it's so enjoyable. Him as a dick. Like he gets eaten like right before he pulls out a pocket 22 to kneecap the med student next to him to escape with his measly life. The pregnant med student who will eventually cure cancer. He's a second away from clipping her in the knee. He does that. Like, that's not a scene or anything. I'm just saying he's that much of a piece of shit. Two-headed shark attack, and by the end, it gets up to 6 heads, and the 6 heads act like legs, and he climbs up on the land, and the final scene is a battle inside a lighthouse. And they have no sense of scale. In the first two-headed shark attack, they managed to ring in Brooke Hogan, Hulk's daughter. In the third, they got, I believe it was Rob Van Dam from WWE at the time, and Danny Trejo, who's like a arms smuggler bad guy, but he sees the shark and he's like, "Yo, we gotta shoot that shark." Who's in 4-headed shark? 4-headed. Was there a 4-headed? Oh, there was no 4-headed. Then it goes to 5-headed. It starts off as 4, and then it grows one on its tail. And that one didn't have anybody particularly famous. Like, it had like Chris Bruno, who's in like several movies, but not anything special. And then 6-headed shark attack was just fucking awful. Like, I don't think anybody oh no, wait, it had nobody. But yeah, it's just good God, it's terrible. Nothing like the Sharknado series, to which I love. So many guests in Sharknado. There was a movie called The Dead Seven, and I think it was on like I think it was like the Sci-Fi Channel, but it had like Nick Carter, Joey Fatone, like half the Backstreet Boys and half of NSYNC teamed up together to fight zombies, and it had like a lot of musicians and stuff.
So just some sort of vanity project.
Yeah.
Those can be fun.
I know the lead singer of Everclear was in it. And I'm like, Art, what the fuck are you doing in this movie? Go back to Blast from the Past with Brendan Fraser. I will buy you a new life. But Carrie Keegan was also in it. She's been around the conservative circles.
We should all watch Grease.
Oh, speaking of, the same day that Olivia Newton-John is pronounced dead, what's his nugget gets pronounced unfit to stand trial.
Who?
I can't think of his name. You know, the nerd.
What?
I can't think of his name. The nerd.
From...
From Greece.
From Greece. Yeah, the guy who played the voice on the know-it-all kid on Polar Express. What is Eugene? No, Eugene is usually his character name. What is that guy's name?
I can't think of it.
Hang on. Go over here and look up Polar Express. Bloop. And cast. Where's cast? Eddie Deason.
Deason, damn it. Yeah, he. So come to find out, he didn't break into a assisted care facility and fuck it up. He lived at the assisted care facility and fucked it up.
Okay.
Yeah, so give him a point in his favor that he wasn't breaking into elderly shelters and fucking them up. He was having a hissy fit at his own elderly shelter. Because time moves on and we forget about that.
He's not that old though.
He's 65.
Okay,
that's retired.
That I could see is that he's barely 65. But yeah, he's not terribly old.
Well, I mean, John was 72.
73.
73, yeah.
And cancer survivor. So.
Yeah. This was not a surprise.
Right. This is interesting. I did not know this, but did you know that Peter Scolari played a role in Polar Express? Peter Scolari would be Tom Hanks's co-star in Bosom Buddies.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
I did not.
Nice. Seeing as Tom Hanks played like 5 different roles.
5? I'm pretty sure it was 17 of the kids alone.
Yeah.
Like, you can't play Rudolph and Donner. Get the fuck out of here, Tom Hanks. Donner's a girl.
Aw. Garrick left.
I was just gonna say, Garrick, we muted you, right? But yeah, it was I don't like Falling Down. What was your problem with it that you gave it a 4 instead of a 5?
I don't know. It was just like it could have been. I don't know. It feels to me like it could have been better. And I reserve 5s for stuff that's really, really top notch.
Such as?
Big Trouble in Little China, sir.
I mean, I was looking for other examples. Is that the only one because of your critique system?
No, like Airplane is a 5 for me, definitely. And it's just because if you can rewatch it and you'll find new stuff every time you watch it. Because it's literally non-stop firing of jokes. Continually. Almost everything in that movie is a joke.
What? Airplane?
Yeah.
Okay. You haven't seen War Games? Fire Your Wake Up? That's the only thing I could think that he was in. He was in Greece. A couple years later, he was in War Games.
He was in... he's been in a lot of shit, actually.
I think he was in Greece, too.
Let's see. Filmography.
Oh, he was in one of the Critters movies.
He's got 92 actor credits. So
well, probably a lot of that's... oh, he was in...
He was in Zapped.
Zapped. That's what I was... that's what I was trying to think
Grease
of.
2. Laser Blast. War Games. Polish Vampire in Burbank.
I think he was in some of the Leslie Nielsen... not the Naked Guns, but like the later stuff.
He was in did a show of Magnum PI. Did several episodes of Punky Brewster.
Was he the pedophile in the Magnum PI episode?
He did an episode of The Fall Guy. Critters 2.
It was Critters 2. Okay.
Hollywood Boulevard 2. He was in the Dwarf movie, one or two of the Dwarf movies.
Silence of the Hams and Spy Hard.
Spy Hard. He was in Spy Hard.
Yeah, I said he was in the Leslie Nielsen project.
And then he does a lot of voices.
Dwarf Golf Bible and Dwarf Goes Auto Racing. Assault of the Killer Bimbos.
Polar Express.
A Polish Vampire in Burbank.
Pretty sure he was the voice of Mandark in Dexter's Lab as well.
He was probably a couple voices for something like a TV show. He probably would have had multiple reoccurring voices.
Wow, it was in 2 episodes of Darkwing Duck.
As who?
Ducks. I muted you. Did you just leave, or did you?
Yeah, the wife was called. Did I miss anything good? I'm assuming not.
No. I don't know why anybody shows up to this. I've been watching oh fuck, what's it called? Not this week because I've been very upset with Bunny because her family plan for YouTube Red was revoked for a week. Pop Culture Crisis.
My God, man. Hey, go check the rice, see if it's you.
I'm not scared to meet you again. Meet you again.
Oh my God! You've got to see the mug shot.
Is he crazy?
Oh yeah.
Does he look the same?
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure he's got that thing.
They made him take his glasses off, but he's got the same look.
Why would you make him take his glasses off? He's gonna have his glasses on. Mug shot. Holy shit. That is an unfortunate face.
And he's made the most of it. He really has.
He's no Ricky Berman, but sure. Kudos to Sean Penn for having that face and making the most of it.
Fuck that guy. That guy should be in a jail cell.
But you know, the when you get in a movie like Grease that's seen by generations, you're gonna have like a fucking nut job of a fan base. I'm not saying it's the greatest movie out there. I'm not saying it's the best musical out there. I'm just saying chances are you've seen Grease, and if you like somebody that looks like that, it's pretty much gonna be an obsession. Charlie Manson almost got married before he died. So, of course, she was only doing it to get possession of his body. But still, people find love in the craziest places.
Yeah.
I don't actually feel like talking about any of the news.
It's all pretty depressing.
Yeah. I had a conversation the other day about perfection, and she really wasn't understanding my take on it.
The
To
town?
achieve, huh?
The town?
No.
Oh.
Let me tell you about a little place called Rejection. No, not perfection. The town in Nevada, outside of Bixby. The perfection, as in something being perfect. To get a perfect throw, or the perfect shot, perfect dunk, perfect day. If it's something that you do like a throw, there is imperfection in your perfect. You have to you don't eliminate your errors. You make the most of your errors by having them reoccur consistently. If at 100 yards you are always 2 inches to the left and 2 inches up, then at 100 yards, if you aim 2 inches down and 2 inches to the right, you will have a perfect shot. So it's not about getting rid of the imperfections. It's about making the most out of them. If for me in particular, as a knife thrower, you have an evolution and a half at 10 feet. I have 2 evolutions at 12 feet. So when most people would take a step up, I take a step back and throw from the handle, not from the blade. And at 6 feet, I throw from the blade. 18 feet, I throw from the handle. It's if you can understand and make your imperfections repeatable, that is how you obtain perfection. And she just was not understanding it at all. Like, okay. I don't know what to tell you. Just be perfect all the time. Don't embrace your flaws. Have a good day.
Will I still be perfect tomorrow?
It's an easier version of perfect. Swampy, you back yet?
He's still muted.
I'll fucking mute you again, motherfucker.
It's probably
See,
Queerston bugging the shit out of him.
Probably is. Oh, she's listening. That girl doesn't shut up.
Trust me, she knows. She can't hear you.
Yes, we're talking about you.
They can't hear you.
Oh.
Or she can't hear you.
Yeah.
They're bad mouthing you.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Rude.
So, anybody see anything?
See you again, Ricky.
Zip it.
I've seen the new Thor movie.
How was it? Because I've heard it's bad.
It's
Bad.
entertaining, but that's all I can credit it with.
It's bad.
I've heard. I haven't seen it.
It's definitely something you can wait for it to come out on like FX and watch it for free at your leisure. It's nothing to write home about.
Well, I rushed for Doctor Strange, and I was wholly disappointed.
I wasn't wholly disappointed with that one. Again, that's another movie. It was very entertaining, but that's really all I can say positively about it.
They did like every character dirty on Doctor Strange besides Wanda.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I have this ace card. You've destroyed 37 people. I'm not going to use it before it's addressed. Like, your shield literally glows. So, if I see a spot on you that's not glowing, I'm going to shoot it with a gun. But, yeah, it was infuriating.
Yeah. I was surprised to see Christian Bale. I didn't recognize him for the first half of the movie.
Oh, yeah. I didn't recognize him until he said something. I was like, is that fucking Christian Bale?
Good for you.
Who was that to? Me or?
Both of you, by Christian Bale. Every time that name comes up, I'm like, oh, good for you.
Good for you. Yeah. You my fucking light.
It's fucking distracting.
Yeah, press that. Press that.
I forget who it was, but somebody said DJ from Full House was a bitch when she met her, and DJ's daughter came out and just tore the girl apart. I can't think of who it was. It was who called Candace? Cameron Burr, bitch. Whoopi Goldberg.
Okay.
She
What about
met DJ once, and she thought she was a bitch. I was like, was DJ 12 at the time? I don't know. Or was she an adult?
Funny
But,
thing is Whoopi's kind of a bitch.
Yeah. Anyway, her daughter came out and told Whoopi off. I'm like, Whoopi, I don't know if you know this or not, but no one gives a shit. Oh, it was JoJo Siwa who originally said it. And that's when the daughter came out and put her in her place. And then Whoopi Goldberg sided with JoJo. I don't give a fuck. No one messes with DJ Tanner.
Except for Kimmy Gibbler.
Go home, Kimmy. Rosario Dawson walks back comments about John Bernthal's Punisher return, saying she can't be trusted. Like, yeah, I know. You claimed you dated Fuck Nuggets McGee from New Jersey. Cory Booker. No one's gonna believe you. Amazon purchased Roomba, so not only will Facebook know when you poop, Amazon will know the dimensions in which you poop. So
Just wait till they install cameras on them. Then
Like
they get
they
to watch.
don't already have cameras and microphones on them.
yeah, my smart TV's got like 3 microphones on it.
Yeah, they're just well hidden. I guarantee you the Roombas already have cameras. They have to have cameras so they don't run into shit.
Mm-hmm.
Not if you get the old model that has a bumper.
Well, it's still gotta have some sort of sonar or something. Sometimes she just gets put in the middle of the floor or whatever. Let's see what's good with entertainment news this week.
Oh, Brittany Griner got sentenced to 9 years for pot in Russia.
That's entertaining as hell.
I'm kind of torn on that one. I mean, I think that the United States should do what they can to get our citizens back from foreign powers like that. But on the other hand, this particular one, I don't give two shits about.
Well, this is kind of like the Nancy Pelosi thing going to Taiwan. Should we retaliate if they shoot her plane down? Yes. Do I care that she died? Absolutely not. In fact, I might even celebrate a little bit. God, I'm sorry, but it's just true. It's just the truth. I don't like that woman.
Well, as I said, they would have never shot down her plane. This plays into their hands, but you got to understand. At secondary and tertiary level effects for this helps China. Her visit to Taiwan actually helps China, because now they can ramp up and like aggressive training, as it were, and we just have to sit there and take it. Because if we do anything in response to that, we're then escalating, and they are just responding to what they are claiming is a previous escalation. So
yeah.
It's multi-layered chess is what that is. Would not shock me at all if she got told to go to Taiwan by China. That would not shock me in the slightest.
Oh man, there's this line in the Rick and Morty about China doesn't even piss on the White House. They say, why would they? I'm sure it was expensive. Oh my god. I love David Keith as the president. He's such a fucking dick.
Did you guys see the Babylon Bee headline for Pelosi visiting Taiwan?
No,
No.
And for how to put it, China's retaliation was letting her return. There's something to that effect. I'll have to find it again.
Unsurprising. Ashton Kutcher lost vision, hearing, and ability to walk after rare autoimmune diagnosis. That's Ashton Kutcher and Justin Bieber out of the pool.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Smith came out and said it was a bad look for Warner Brothers to shelve the Latino Batgirl movie.
Kevin Smith can shut the fuck up.
Kevin Smith can entirely shut his whole head.
And I like Kevin Smith's movies. And I used to be a fan of Kevin Smith, but he has gone off the goddamn deep end.
Yep.
He is part and parcel willing participant in the woke cult of fucking Hollywood nonsense.
Yeah.
That girl be loud.
I should text her. We're live over here.
Who's Kevin Smith? Clerks, Dogma, Tusk.
I
love throwing that one in.
Yoga hosers.
I actually like yoga hosers.
Yeah, me too. With Chasing Amy is probably my favorite.
Yeah, it's definitely his most artistic movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's damn good, I think.
You're so lucky.
Oh yeah, he also produced the remake of He-Man, or should I say Tila?
Yeah. He's been in the news bits about that. Now he's a fucking liar. The View adds 2 Republicans as co-hosts for the new season, and fans revolt. I don't even know who one of these chicks are.
And I highly doubt they actually employed an honest-to-God Republican.
Alyssa Farrah Griffin. I don't know who that is.
I don't either. But they think Anna Navarro's a Republican.
Anna Navarro is the other one. And she's like, my brother is retarded. He should have been aborted. I'm a Republican.
She is just a fat piece of shit. But they're batting 1,000 for hiring pieces of shit. So
where's Meghan McCain this year? Huh?
still a piece of shit. But too dangerously close to an actual Republican for their taste. And to think, there was a point in time where I was trying to hook up my buddy with her.
I don't like him anyway. I don't care how long it takes, this young animator says she will keep drawing outside of Pixar's gate until they give her a job. That's cute. That's a way to handle something like that.
Throw a tantrum?
No, she just keeps showing off her artistic skills by drawing outside of Pixar until they give her a job.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's a tantrum. Do what I want, or I do X.
It beats Tess Holliday getting fat until she breaks something, and then they make her a 5'5" supermodel.
True. Yeah, I mean, if she does have artistic talent, good for her. But if I was Pixar, I'd be like, okay, you're hired. 2 days later, okay, you're fired.
Well, apparently, Sunny Hostin's gone, and she's replaced by Latino conservative Ana Navarro.
There's nothing conservative about Ana fucking Navarro.
Mm-hmm. Sad for her conservation of calories inside her body. Supergirl film canceled following Batgirl DC debacle. Isn't it just beautiful?
It is. Now, today it came out that Ezra Miller was charged for burglary. So I would imagine that the press release for The Flash being shit-canned as well is probably not far off. Oh! Anne Heche lost her mind again.
Anne Heche got in a fiery car crash and was barely alive. Currently in a coma.
Multiple crash, I might add.
Mm-hmm.
She hit a building. Everybody's like, is that Anne Heche? Oh my God, that's Anne Heche. And then they tried to render aid or whatever. And she drove off again just to get into a worse fiery wreck. I don't think I would identify Anne Heche outside of watching a movie that had her on the marquee.
No, I recognized her, and she had a supporting role in I Know What You Did Last Summer. I was like, is that fucking Anne Heche?
But yeah, I was reading her Wikipedia when I heard about the crash. The girl is nuttier than a squirrel turd and apparently has been her entire life.
Unshocking there.
Pretty much.
Kelly Osbourne's pregnant. She's out and about in London with parents Ozzy and Sharon.
You know, I absolutely hated the Osbournes when it was on TV. I hated all 4 of them. But I've grown to like Jack.
Really? Jack? He was my least favorite.
Well, I like Ozzy, don't get me wrong. I like Ozzy. But, yeah, I've stopped hating Jack Osbourne.
I thought he was the most pretentious one on the show.
Back then, he probably was. And he's matured. He's a little bit better now. Don't forget, Kelly was the one who said, we should be for immigration because, I mean, who else are you going to get to mow your lawn and do your laundry?
What the fuck?
You don't remember that?
Yeah. Well,
She said it on The View.
Oh, Kevin Bacon. Felt sense of pride working with young LGBTQ co-stars. On they, them. He was very moved.
Isn't it technically they slash them?
Yeah.
Is it-
By the way, did you see that it got panned in the reviews? Apparently, it's terrible.
What, falling down?
No, they slash them.
Hey, I don't want to hear from you unless you get on the microphone. Motherfucker, I know you're home.
Yeah.
Josh's response, J. Fry, is you can go do something healthy.
Fat chance of that.
But I'm done kiss.
Remake of Patrick Swayze's film Roadhouse is officially a go with casting Jake Gyllenhaal in the Dirty Dancing icon's famous role, which the fans originally cast fired up. Additional cast members include Billy Magnus and A League of Their Own's Jim.
So I don't promote violence, but if I heard that the set and the production company got terrorist attacked for that movie, it would not make me sad.
1999 was a great year. Boom.
But yeah, it's kind of like remaking. The Rock keeps re-threatening to make Big Trouble in Little China. I'm like, I will fucking make sure that does not ever happen.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, are you gonna do anything healthy?
Not today.
Oh, why not? Today's the perfect day to start.
I'm busy.
You're busy. Hi, Sean.
Hello.
How are you?
Better now.
That's good.
No more coof.
Glad you didn't die.
Me too. Me too.
But we all knew that you were going to survive.
Pretty much. Not worried about that one. I was probably literally in more danger as I was driving across the country than I was for catching the coof on that drive.
Mm-hmm. It's more annoying than anything else, isn't it?
Yeah, it was really only 3 days. And then, yeah, it was annoying that I was like at 85, 90% for the week after, but couldn't pass the test. So I had to sit home.
Mm-hmm.
And I still have this occasional cough. And
yeah, you'll have it for a week or two.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, not the worst thing in the world. I've had worse flus in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So there was 2 Roadhouses up for getting made. One was starring Ronda Rousey, and the other starring Jake Gyllenhaal.
You know, they shouldn't make either one, but if they had to make one, I would go for the Ronda Rousey one.
Yeah.
I hate to agree with Sean, but yes, that is true.
I want every role swapped. like all the coolers and the bouncers are chicks. And the band is all chicks. Red from the hardware store, chick. A guy, or a girl sitting with her guy, offering 2 girls $20 to feel him up. The whole fucking shebang. The male doctor who gets turned on when whatever Dalton Rena, whatever her name is, says pain don't hurt.
Pain don't hurt.
Dame Judi Dench as Wade Garrett. Who can we have as an older badass female?
Is Cicely Tyson still alive?
Let's see here.
What about Dane Helen Mirren?
Well, let's stick with Americans, please. This is a Roadhouse, for God's sake.
Oh, she died last year, January last year.
Cecily Tyson did? Oh,
Hey.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
I don't know about you, but I don't know many older Hollywood broads that have mounted a Ma Deuce in a movie and made it look very very sexy.
Sigourney Weaver.
There you go.
Rodriguez.
Sigourney Weaver.
Michelle Rodriguez.
It could either Sigourney Weaver, who is 72 by the way, so
God,
she's
only a
of
year
that
younger
age.
than Olivia Newton-John.
Yeah. Or Linda Hamilton.
Yeah. Hey, what about Linda Carter? No, Allie Carter.
Linda Carter?
Allie Carter.
Allie Carter.
Allie Larder?
Larder. Thank you.
Larder, yeah.
Okay. I was like, she's 65, Linda Hamilton. Allie Larder's like 48 though.
Good timing.
Well, how old was
46. She's 46.
what's his nuts for Sam?
Yeah,
Elliott?
yeah.
How old
Yeah,
was
I gotta
Sam
look it up.
Elliott when Roadhouse was made?
Fucking ancient, man. He's definitely looked older. So he's 78. And Roadhouse was in 89.
So he was 45.
33 years ago, yeah.
He's 45.
Okay, so Ellie Larder. How old is Ronda Rousey, though? She's got to be 30.
Yeah, she's older than me.
by
You could
now.
throw Gina Carano in there too for good measure.
Yeah, she's 35. So
She has acting job, so.
so
Ronda Rousey does
35.
too, but Gina Carano's a little bit better of an actor. A lot.
There's only 5 years difference between them.
Oh, did you see the new Ronda Rousey movie?
Mhm.
Not Ronda. Gina Carano.
No, not yet.
It
It's
was
the one on Daily Wire.
correct. That's very good.
Yeah. I don't pay for Daily Wire. That's the one thing I don't pay for.
I mean, I would.
Prairie.
I think it would be really clever if they did Cynthia Rothrock. But Cynthia Rothrock's like 5'2". She's got long legs though for being 5'2". She could definitely kick someone who's like 6'2" in the head. But she's probably 5'4". The point is, like, she's got long legs that can reach.
Well, we know what Jay Fry's attracted to.
Tits. Like we all are.
Yeah, tits. No, she was. When I was in martial arts, she was one of the few female martial artists who were in movies, and it was her, Don the Dragon Wilson, Billy Blanks, like they were it as far as honest to God martial artists, and then Steven Seagal, Jeff Speakman.
Can we really throw Seagal in there?
As honest to God martial art, yeah, he is the first white boy to own dojos in Japan. He married into it, but still, he is an honest to God, life dedicated martial artist.
You know, so's Van Damme.
Yeah, it's kickboxing though, so it's not. It's like you wouldn't call a boxer a martial artist; you call a pugilist or a fighter. So Van Damme's a fucking dancer for all I care. But it was seeing a much more technical style of fighting coming through, with Jeff Speakman and Thomas. God damn it! Who's the guy from the third Karate Kid movie? Can I give his name?
Pat Morita.
The other guy, the bad guy, not the good guy.
Yeah. What would you consider Michael J. White?
Michael J. White is a career martial artist, and I fucking love him. But he's not. All right, so Steven Seagal, Jeff Speakman, those guys did forums and tournaments. But Don the Dragon Wilson is the world lightweight kickboxing champion. George St. Pierre, who was in the second Captain America movie, is a welterweight UFC champion. They have proven martial arts backgrounds.
Yeah, but was St. Pierre part of the UFC prior to them being fake nonsense like WWE, or?
Yeah, well, all right, it depends on when you want to start calling it. There were times when, because of monetary issues like UFC 18, UFC 19, Gary Coleman, who is one of the best wrestlers in the world, they took out Ground and Pound because he just wasn't he wasn't bringing in the bucks. He was the champion, but he was just not a popular champion.
Right.
So for that event, they took out Ground and Pound, which is one of his signature moves. So if you are really the best mixed martial arts fighter in the world, you would have other backups. So yeah, you know in advance they're changing the rules. You have to change with the times. So, is that fuckery, or what are we talking about? Like the weird decisions that sometimes take place. Like at what point are we calling it UFC fuckery?
I would say that George St. Pierre himself was the UFC's attempt to get Pretty Boy popular.
He's a cheater. There's no doubt there. George St. Pierre, after round one, when he would go back to his corner, he would get rubbed down with not baby oil. It's petroleum jelly.
Yeah.
So that he could ground and pound more without being in fear of a triangle choke from the ground, because the legs would slide off his back for purchase. Dolph Lundgren was a karate, I believe, or
Taekwondo.
Salat. Was it Taekwondo is a form of karate. Salat champion, possibly, or maybe some sort of kick. Well, actually, let's look him up. He came to the USA and was a bouncer, and he bounced for like Mr. T was a bouncer.
He's
and
also
guarded.
Like, isn't he a doctorate of chemistry or something like that?
No, he's just under that. Like he's got like a master's in like microbiology or something from like he's got those brain.
I thought he was in Mensa.
He is. He's got one of those
There it is. Fiery saying it's
IQ awards.
Chemical engineer with a Fulbright scholarship.
Fulbright scholarship. That's what
from
it was.
MIT.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's no joke smart.
Yeah, which they actually included in his background.
Gee.
In whatchamacallit. The Expendables.
Masters of the Universe.
What? No, the Expendables. They had his background.
I'm just thinking of Dolph Lundgren movies.
Oh wait, it's saying wait. All right, so he was awarded it. Did he use his Fulbright scholarship to get a PhD? Because I'm not. It's saying the Fulbright scholarship was to get his PhD.
Maybe he's still working on it. I don't know.
No, this was years ago. Koyokushin. Okay, so it was karate. He is a fourth dan, which is a black belt, in Kikukushin, which is European, and he was a champion 80 to 81. Dolph Lundgren has a reported IQ of 160. And he, after earning a master's in chemical engineering in Australia.
In Australia?
Yeah, that's where he earned it.
That's odd.
Does-
because isn't he like Austrian?
No, he's Swiss,
Okay.
right?
I don't know. All I know is I was pretty sure he was European, but he went to Australia to get a degree. Why would you do that when you could?
Because
go
the European Championship that he was taking ended him in Sydney, Australia.
Okay. I thought he was Danish.
He's Swiss.
Is he Swiss? Okay.
Multiple sources have been tested at a 160 IQ, so Stallone apparently is also has a 160 IQ. Which
I
does
doubt
not
that.
explain how he got tricked into stop or my mom will shoot.
Or-
I wouldn't be surprised if
No,
Schwarzenegger was that.
I don't think Schwarzenegger is that smart. I think both Stallone and Schwarzenegger are smarter than we would give them credit for, but I don't think they're 160 Mensa level.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What the fuck? Now they're saying Quentin Tarantino's got a 160. Matt Damon has a 160.
Oh, somebody.
Kanye West has a 133. That's surprising because
Apparently, you can just purchase the results for these tests when you reach a certain level of fame.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Ashton Kutcher has a 160.
Oh,
No fucking way.
Bill Gates he's smart. He's a smart guy. His brother, he's got a twin brother.
Oh, I know. His twin brother is Down syndrome, isn't he?
No, he just got all the ugly genes.
He got all the ingredients. Benjamin Franklin 160. Benjamin Netanyahu 180. Bill Gates 160. Bill Clinton 137, and Bill Clinton had a Rhodes Scholarship. Emma Watson 138. Ha! Beat you, bitch. What is the average IQ? 100. Who has an IQ of 300? No one has an IQ of 300. The highest recorded is 222. William James Sidis has the world's highest IQ, anywhere from 250 to 300. Dude, you can't even fucking score an IQ like that. James Woods, I think, was 184. What is Mike Tyson's IQ? What?
I don't know.
Oh, what is Tyson's IQ? Okay. Neil deGrasse Tyson has an IQ of 123, which feels a lot. What was Muhammad Ali's IQ? They tested Muhammad Ali's IQ at 78.
That's a big oof.
Well, when did they test that IQ at 78?
That's true.
Plus, the test is racist. We all know this.
Yeah.
Why Kanye West didn't have 160?
Also a little badass. Who has a 400 IQ? What the fuck? She's the one
Nobody.
with the two. The Guinness Book of World Records has Marilyn Vos Savant as the highest recorded intelligence quotient in its Guinness Book of World Records, and it has been retired. But I just read that she had 223 or 222.
This is when you're smart enough to steal the answers to the test.
So I guess Lundgren counts because he was the. I don't know if 80 to 81 is like a term or if it's 1980 and back to back 1981. But So he's either 1 or 2. But yeah, it counts. I enjoy technical martial arts, and they have that. Don the Dragon Wilson is a terrible actor, but I enjoy his martial arts movies.
Yeah, I was gonna say you want him doing the choreography.
I'll put that up on the toolbox.
No, actually, I prefer
Paul Abdul.
I'm just saying, man, opposites attract.
Yeah, 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Oh yeah, he's Swedish, not Swiss. Did I say Swiss?
You did.
Yeah, Swedish. Sorry,
You did.
I get those two confused because I don't fucking care. But no, like Ernie Reyes Sr. Is probably one of my favorite choreographers, and Al Leong from Die Hard fame. He's one of the last survivors. I mean, he breaks into the gets a Snickers bar out of the. He's the last one shot before Hans is killed.
Yes.
He worked with Schwarzenegger a lot. They're like some of the wire work stuff is interesting as shit. I don't care for it. Like, I don't want to see you standing on top of somebody who's holding a blade. Like that stuff. That's cool, but no. Don't get me wrong. I love some Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, but no.
I love the cheap Chinese kung fu flicks that they used to play on USA every Sunday in Kung Fu Theater.
First, those were cheap.
They don't make them anymore. We're sure they were cheap. They were fucking Chinese.
That's insulting, sir.
No, it is not. It's just a
Tennessee
reality.
is a verb or a
We make it here. Of course, it's made here.
Mm-hmm.
What?
chintzy is an adjective for a reason.
Yeah,
No,
it has
they're,
nothing to do with Chinese either, by the way.
Really?
No, chintz is a fabric that used to be on wallpaper, and it became so ubiquitous that it became viewed as cheap, which is why chintzy refers to cheap.
Should be cliche.
Now, the fact that I know this and have retained that information makes me a freak of nature, but it happens to be true.
Or just really boring.
That too.
Eh,
I'm old, damn it. So I know weird old shit.
Mm-hmm.
let me
okay.
tell you. Let me tell you about Henry's foot. How we got to measuring miles.
Ski Doggy even still around?
Yeah, he still pops in.
Who else is
I made him look like a fool on a stream once.
Really?
Oh yeah, when he was trying to talk about guns and stuff. It's like, no.
Hasn't Ski
He
Doggy
He immediately
changed
got off the
his-
stream.
Hasn't he changed his name like 3 times now?
Who was asking the other day? Has anybody heard from Stan?
Hell no.
No. Holy shit! Jean LaBelle is still alive. Jean LaBelle is known as the godfather of grappling, which it's he's judo and wrestling, and he is. If you ever see an old man go through some shit in a movie, chances are that's Jean LaBelle, because he knows how to fall properly. But he's probably got. I wonder how many movie credits he's got to his name. I bet it's a fuck ton.
Hey, Garrett, what'd you vote for next week's movie?
Airplane.
No. Next week's movie is Airplane. I mean, the movie after that.
I voted 1917.
I didn't. What were
Really?
the options?
I voted for Little Shop of Horrors, 1917. What did you vote for?
Clue.
Clue.
Yeah, I think I voted for Clue.
Clue's a good one.
Yeah.
He's got 252 stunts to his name and 157 acting credits.
Damn.
He is 89. His last role was in 2018. He was an elderly worker in an episode of 24. I guarantee that elderly worker went out a window.
A crash.
Yeah. He was in 5 episodes of Reno 911, and I guarantee every time he went out of a window. Men in Black 2, Rat Race, Down and Dirty, opposite fucking Hightower from Police Academy. What's his name?
Hightower?
Yeah, Bubba Smith.
Bubba Smith is dead.
Bubba Smith is dead.
Well, it's getting turned to 300 blackout. It'll be all right.
2011.
Ooh, nice.
Hard Time with Burt Reynolds.
Wow, Glory is pulling up last spot for there.
Yeah, I was surprised by that.
Glory?
Yeah.
It's okay.
I thought it was a very good movie.
Well,
What is with this guy in Denzel Washington movies? Who is this?
No, Glorious Matthew Broderick. Didn't he?
And Denzel.
What part did he play?
He plays one of the soldiers.
he's a black guy.
Private Trip.
Was he the first one to die? Because I don't remember.
Do you
No, he
remember
made it to
Morgan
the entire
Freeman?
movie. Yeah, Morgan Freeman was in it.
Andre Bauer?
Yeah.
It had a lot of famous black actors in it.
I love Andre Bauer.
They're all war movies with the exception of Clue and Little Shop of Horrors. Well, and I guess Airplane.
Is Denzel Washington?
I imagine Matt would be pulling what little left he has of his hair out with Suddenly Seymour. I know I would be.
Standing right there.
Hush you. Well,
Yeah, but then he'd get some reprieve with the dentist's song.
yeah.
Oh, Bill Murray also in it.
Yeah. He plays the dental patient that likes getting his.
We were talking
Feeling
about
pain.
the caliber of cast between Clue and Little Shop of Horrors, and I was like, well, Rick Moranis, Steve Martin, Bill Murray, John Candy.
Dude, speaking of, we should probably get Stripes on there.
Great Outdoors.
What was the survival movie that...
The Survivalists.
Excuse me,
Robin
sir.
Williams and
I am
Walter Matthau.
No, Survivor.
No, that's Survivalist.
Survivors. Survivor?
You.
I don't think it's
Sure about
survivalist. I don't think it's survivalist. I think it's Survivor, period.
No.
Shot my gun, Jack!
You never should have been over its gun.
Jack! We called timeout. I brought the wrong bullets.
I think my favorite part about that movie is that Jerry Singleton.
Yeah.
Hi,
How has
Jack.
Smokey and the Bandit not been suggested?
Would you like some pancakes?
There's a ton of movies that should have been suggested that haven't. I'm surprised it's taken 3 years to get to fucking Airplane.
Well, to be fair,
You can only get 50 movies to get so
Yeah, Cannonball Run hasn't been suggested. Smoking the Bandit hasn't been suggested.
Toy hasn't been suggested.
The Toy.
I imagine.
What about The Craft?
Oh God, why?
Oh, I'm just giving like. There's
Shitty
certain
movies
movies
to
you
suggest?
should see, just so you know stupid shit.
Uh,
Friends, Hamlet, Jack, Birdcage, Jumanji.
To be fair,
Nine-One.
we also know that Matt doesn't have sometimes the greatest of opinions because A, he said Tremors was a bad movie.
Motherfucker did say that, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
He did.
You know what else
Blade
hasn't
Runner was a
been
bad movie
suggested?
too, apparently.
The Goonies has not been
Can you hear me?
suggested.
Oh my God.
I hear you,
Your
Garrett.
mic's muted, Garrick. We can actually hear you through Josh's, but your
Yeah,
mic, your
he's
mic-
talking through mine.
Is it,
You
man?
don't want to hear it twice, do you?
Yeah, all right, fair enough. It's The Survivors.
It is The Survivors.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
not Survivalist. I knew it wasn't Survivalist. The Odd Couple.
Odd Couple's a good one, or Grumpy Old Men, or Grumpier Old Men.
Yeah.
Fucking Burgess Meredith makes those movies awesome.
An American President is a great fucking movie. I don't care how many times I have to say
How about My
that.
Fellow Americans?
Colors.
Yeah,
Dave.
I still vote for My Fellow Americans because it'd be great.
I mean, there's movies you can't get, and there's movies you can. But even like
Rock.
Dead Poet Society is a great movie.
No, it's not.
Mrs. Doubtfire is a great movie. I fucking dare you now.
Nope, I will not countermand that one. It is.
Good Morning Vietnam.
Good Morning Vietnam's a really good one.
Yeah,
We just watched it the other day.
We actually just watched it the other day.
it's a
The
great
World
fucking
According
movie.
to Garp.
Dorf Knows Golf. Oh, that's Bo Knows Golf. God damn it.
Surprised no Adam Sandler movies that big one.
Let's be thankful for that.
There were good ones. Billy Madison wouldn't be bad.
I would love to like rig it so that I could get like one of my like all-time least favorite movies. Something like
Birdemic?
no, like zombies versus strippers or something.
I'm still rooting for Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh God.
That's good though.
Is it though? I mean,
I'm
it's
talking
good
like
because
it?
it's bad.
Is it? I own it, but is it?
Yeah, it is.
It's
Like
a good
Range
movie.
15.
It's-
Range
it's-
15 would be the movie.
Oh God, Range 15 is just absolutely horrible. It makes Killer Clowns from Outer Space look like a freaking Scorsese film.
Wait, is that Matt Best movie?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was terrible.
Well, apparently to get it, you have to listen to the podcast that they do. 'Cause there's a lot
No,
of, like,
no,
talking.
there's no behind the scenes like where they explain to you the difference. Like, wow,
No. It's just there's a lot of backstory that's needed for context.
there's
to
no
understand a lot of
backstory
the
needed for
lyrics.
context.
That's what I was told.
Charlotte's a whore, so you fuck her. There was a guy in my unit who got his dick stuck in an inflatable doll. That's why there's a guy with his dick stuck in an inflatable doll. That's the whole backstory. There's no need to delve deep inside the mind of the creators of this.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Let's not delve too deep and think that they're creative geniuses when they're really not.
No. I'm not saying that. It was a bad movie. But from what I've been told,
And it's got Tim Kennedy in it. Nobody wants to see Tim Kennedy anymore.
All I'm saying is, from what I've been told, to have an appreciation for it,
Does it have John
you have
Lovitz
to
in it?
listen
Does
to the
not.
podcast.
Because I wouldn't watch him either. Fucking John Lowell. Fuck him.
Not that you watch a movie with Flannel Daddy.
Hey, be nice to Mike.
Yeah. He divorced his loving and caring wife and got an e-girl. So yeah. He deserved your respect.
You know what? Stuff happens, dude. Stuff happens. I'm not excusing the behavior, but stuff happens.
Like, I didn't realize you still lived in the barracks. Because that's some barracks fucking behavior right there, my friend. There's a book I'm listening to right now that is oddly referential to like very much the 80s, and the they just, kids that they don't understand what the fuck dial-up is, but they're making references to Ferris Bueller and shit. Ferris Bueller, has that even been on the list?
Nope.
I don't think so.
I think
God
it's
damn.
actually no. I think it did show up on a list, but didn't get picked, which is weird.
That's some good shit.
How dare they?
Gummy bear. We've been in
Oh,
my
yeah.
pocket. The real one that's soft.
Abe Furman, the Sausage King of Chicago.
Sausage King of Chicago.
Oh, speaking of Edie McClurg, the secretary,
Literally what I did.
she
Jeez.
she filed complaints about elder abuse in her because she's now so old that she's living on a
Please tell me she's not in an actor's home.
she's not an actor's home. She's in a like a retirement village,
Yeah.
and her money is Britney Spears away from her.
Yeah. They all think he's one righteous dude.
Righteous dude.
God love you, McClurg.
Yeah. Howard the Duck.
Oh God.
Speaking of Jeremy, what's his name?
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
That'll help you get to the last name.
It's not helping.
Jones.
Jeffrey Jones. Okay.
I was actually just talking about him the other day because we were talking about Epstein Island.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? I mean, he is in Hollywood. He didn't just go to like Iowa to a girls' middle age soccer game or anything like that. He had like what if you're like a pervert, just a regular old run of the mill pervert, and the girl happened to start getting on meth at 12. She now looks 40 when she's 16. You're like, oh, this is bullshit. I didn't know she was a kid. God damn it. Not saying like the dad from Seventh Heaven or anything, but like you got busted trying to make your own kiddie porn? You're just taking pictures of drugged up fucking prostitutes? I mean, it's different if you're going to a middle school to get naked pictures, or if you meet a girl on the street and you try to get naked pictures. You can be a very vastly different levels of piece of shit.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like nobody's really holding Paul Rubens. Yeah, he's weird and perverted, but you're like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, he masturbated in an adult film. That's the place you do that at.
Right.
I want to know the guy who masturbates at the My Little Pony film.
Right.
What is that?
Yeah, but I'm like, you get the one free shot if you went to Epstein Island once and you never went back. I'm still mad that you didn't say anything, but like you noticed what was up. You're like, wow, that's like a 14-year-old over by the beach alone. Was there like two 16-year-olds alone? There are no parents on this island. I am the oldest fucking person on this island. Jesus Christ. This is weird. And you don't say anything. I'm not happy with that. But you're not a fucking child pervert who needs to get burned at the stake. Now, if you're Bill Clinton, who went 27 times or something like that.
Well, let's break this down. The one guy who did confront Jeffrey Epstein on his nonsense and kick him out of his own place, Trump, just had Mar-a-Lago raided today.
Yeah, that did happen. Yeah.
Interesting, that.
Mm-hmm. But Epstein was at a Trump resort flirting with a 16-year-old. He's like, nope, not going to have that.
Right.
And that's understandable. But Bill Barr's dad was like, Jeffrey, you should come work at my high school without your advanced degree in education and hang out with my high school students. You can teach them trick. Not a fan of that at all. But sometimes you need to invite them.
Bill Burr? Or
Bill Barr.
Bill Barr. I was going to say,
Bill Barr. A.G. Bill Barr.
What? No, it's Bill Barr. Yeah.
Yeah. The AG's dad was perfectly fine allowing a pedophile onto his grounds. Well, a femophile. But I get, like, the dude is in finance, so he wants to court the Jay-Z or the Beyonce. And, like, Eminem could have been paid for a birthday party. Or Mark McGrath. Like, I'm not calling you all child molesters. But after your third trip, Bill Gates, there's a reason you got divorced. Mullock is not a happy camper with you. So, Men in Black. I would just make Matt sit through a Men in Black movie. A Medea movie. What's the one with fat Eddie Murphy and he plays like 16
Nutty
fat
Professor?
people? No, is that the yeah.
It's the Nutty Professor. Yeah. But it's Eddie Murphy, so it's still entertaining.
Big Mama or Medea. Just start sabotaging him. He's like, you know what? I don't want to play anymore.
I want somebody to put forward, don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood.
Oh my god, that'd be freaking great.
Oh, we could. All right, so the list. I'm gonna get you, sucker. Don't be a menace to South Central.
Sucker is a great blaxploitation film.
Yeah. Blackula.
Dolomite.
Black Dynamite. Dolomite, yeah.
Shaft. Which, didn't he do Shaft? He did one of the Shafts, didn't he?
I don't think so. Shaft is... I like Shaft.
Which one, though? Did you like the new one?
I liked all three of them. I even like the slightly woke one where his dad's like, Nigga, what the fuck? When he finds out his wife has been with 10 guys since they stopped. He's like, oh, so nothing serious. Jackie Brown. Jackie.
Yeah, Jackie Brown's. Yeah.
One more. Blaxploitation.
Vampire in Brooklyn?
I fucking love Harlem Nights.
So do I.
But it does not belong in that grouping.
No, because it's not. I wouldn't call it blaxploitation.
Sugar Hill. It's not. It's not funny blaxploitation, but every fucking character in that movie dies. I don't think anybody in that movie lived.
Well, in that case, you could throw in Boys in the Hood.
Yeah, I don't want to give Spike Lee credit. We already got Don't Be a Menace in South Central and Drinking Your Juice in the Hood. I think it covers it. Message!
I just love Black Dynamite. Matter of fact, I need to rewatch Black Dynamite. It's been.
I'm going to go with Meteor Man.
What? Meteor Man?
Meteor Man.
Yeah.
Actually, I like that movie too.
Capable.
What?
Well, it's the same. It's he played Meteor Man sprung. No, wait a minute. I'm thinking of something else. I'm thinking of Handyman.
Oh, I was going to say, no. Meteor Man is a meteor falls to Earth and gives people the ability to absorb knowledge through osmosis. So you can learn by touching a book. And they end up two people who have absorbed the meteor end up getting into a fight, and somebody throws a book, and it ends up being a fashion off. Because it was a book about fashion or some stupid shit. So it's a comedy, but oh god, just put it on your list, Garrett. Just for funsies.
Put what
I
on
have
my
Blank Man. Meteor Man.
What about Blank Man?
That's more blaxploitation with those idiots.
Exploitation.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you count Wayne's movies as blaxploitation?
I don't count Damon Wayans movies. Key and Ivory, Don't Be a Menace, and
Oh, hold on.
And I'm gonna get you, sucker. Blaxploitation.
Stick it on there too.
I mean, and then nobody's put forward the
Yeah, I
Kentucky
think I need
Fried
to put
movie
one
or Amazon Women
on
on
the
the Moon.
backside first.
But Robert Townsend is supposed to be a comedian anyway. But like Marla Gibbs, Eddie Griffin, James Earl Jones.
So you could put Undercover Brother on there.
Oh, what's Ben's Undercover? That's blaxploitation. What's Benson's fucking name? Robert Giuliani. Yeah. I think Don Cheadle's in it. Bill Cosby's in it. Sinbad's in it. Possibly
hasn't been in anything since Jingle All the Way.
That can't be it. Really? Schwarzenegger ended his career? The Lion Guard. Oh, no. Rel, the Lion Guard. Steven Universe. Planes. Are we there yet? Cutting the Mustard. Family Guy. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Stompin'. Treading Water. Hansel and Gretel. Resurrection Boulevard. Crazy as Hell. Girlfriends. Moesha. Cosby, Cherokee Kid, then Jingle All the Way.
I remember Cherokee Kid.
My favorite of those was Lightning Jack, where it was Paul Hogan as a Wild West guy. And his companion was the Cherokee Kid, and it was Cuba Gooding Jr. as a mute.
That's the only way Cuba Gooding Jr. is eligible.
Show me the money. But wasn't James Coburn the bad guy in that? The Cherokee Kid?
That I do not know.
The only question is if it had... hold on, look. David Keith or Ernie Hudson? David Keith or Ernie Hudson? Hal Williams, that counts. Reverend Peel. Ernie Hudson as Nate Love, who is Nate Love is a historical figure.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes me wonder if all the other people aren't real people. Child's parents are killed by a vicious land grabber, but years later, the child grows to be a man ready for revenge. He looks young as shit for 1996.
Mm-hmm.
What's your guys' opinion of the movie Holes?
It's interesting.
With Shia
It's a
LaBeouf?
Nickelodeon movie.
It's Sigourney
Yep.
Weaver.
Yep.
I didn't see it.
It's one of Kirsten's favorites.
You got a premise for me?
Basically, kids are sent to this juvenile delinquent camp, and they're forced to dig holes, but the purpose is not known. And
it's all too late.
basically, it's all about treasure, is what it's all about.
I'm supposed to know where I put my number 12 Dutch. I mean, shoulder. Yeah.
Are you all too young to have seen The Cat from Outer Space?
No, I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Okay.
Even Garrick saw it.
Yeah, that's amazing to me that Garrick has seen that movie. I was figuring that
Yeah,
would
he
have not
turns the
been.
bar of gold into like little, what is it? Little, like pencil size. Little bars of gold. That was one of the premises.
What?
Cat from Outer Space.
What about it? What's the premise?
That's a
He
hell
tries
of
to
a
get back
cast.
home.
Yeah, he's trying to get back
do
home.
that. In order to do that, he has to buy a bar of gold, take it, and he transforms it into a pencil size bar of gold, and then he puts that in his spaceship to go home.
I think so, but he also gets the help from somebody too.
Yeah, it's
Wasn't
professor
it-
or whatever.
Wasn't it Dick Van Dyke in the original?
Ken Berry.
Ken Barry, that's who it was.
Man, that's a hell of a cast. You got the commander from MASH. You got the dad from Teen Wolf. You got fucking Wilbur. You got just fucking Roddy McDowell. Harry Morgan. Mama. Could have used the Edith, but other than that.
Trying to think of the movies I used to watch over and over and over again as a kid.
Computer that wore tennis shoes. Oh, Mr. Limpet was a go-to for me for some reason.
Mine was Splash.
That's it. Confirmed. Sean has a mermaid fetish.
We were talking about Splash earlier too.
Meatballs was also one.
Meatballs 4 with Corey Feldman was mine. Yeah. Zapped was another one of mine.
Zapped always showed up on like the
USA Up All Night. Yeah.
that and like the UHF channels that would play movies on the weekends.
Yeah. Another one that constantly popped up, Sheena, which is wholly inappropriate.
Conan the Destroyer was another one.
Yeah, yeah. Red Sonja.
That one didn't get too much play because it was a little too risque. But
Too risque. Sheena had nude scenes. It was rated G. Beastmaster was on constantly.
Beastmaster is a good one.
Crawl was on.
Crawl.
And that had,
yeah, I used to watch the shit out of Crawl
yeah.
and the Dark Crystal.
She. I don't know. Not she. She.
Labyrinth.
It's the chick who was the bad guy in Red Sonja was the good guy in like that era. What the fuck? Hershey? Damn, I can't think of the name of it. But it's very Crawl in nature.
What about Fright Night?
Silver Bullet, maybe. Not Fright Night.
What was the
Yeah.
movie that had? Was it?
Wait, are you still talking about the ones that are constantly on USA, or just good movies from the 80s?
Just like I'm trying to think of like staples from the 80s.
Staples from the 80s.
There was
'Cause
a movie that was
Friday Night's
about a
good one.
ghost car that would run.
Christine.
No,
Christine.
No, it wasn't Christine. It was.
Christine wasn't a ghost; she was possessed.
Yeah.
Yep, it was. It had like a phantom name to it. It was like. Oh, what the hell was it? It was a black, like, Charger.
That's Christine.
No, Christine was a 59, 58.
Plymouth Fury.
LA.
The one with the semi?
No, that's Maximum Overdrive, and that's not the one I'm thinking of.
Oh yeah.
What the hell was it called? It was like the
Maximum
Wraith?
Overdrive,
Wraith?
though.
The Wraith?
Yeah.
Maybe it was the Wraith.
No, the Wraith was Charlie Sheen, and it was a motorcycle.
No, it was a car.
Maybe
It was a
maybe the
Chrysler.
car.
It was a Chrysler prototype with a turbo
Yeah.
in it.
Wait, what the fuck am I thinking of? Charlie Sheen? Or is it still a Charlie Sheen movie?
Yeah, he shot that right before he shot Glory, I think. Or what? Wait, not Glory. What is it? Well, Platoon. I don't know why I was thinking like Born on 4th of July and like that sort of stuff, but yeah, he shot that right before he shot Platoon.
With Nick Cassavetes?
That I don't know.
Sherilyn Fenn? Randy Quaid? God, I thought that was a motorcycle.
Nope.
So you know how the
I had a buddy that was obsessed with that movie.
But isn't that car red?
No, it's black. You're thinking Christine. Christine was red.
Christine was red and the Wraith was black.
Yes.
It's not it.
No.
Again.
It was originally red.
I mean, the little
The car, what? Not that car.
Yeah,
no.
I mean that's
No, it's
the way you
different.
got to empty it.
Yeah, the Wraith was Charlie.
I would just pull the tube off. Yeah.
And he did drive a motorcycle.
I did the other one,
I'm
yeah.
thinking of two different movies.
I used to just letting it fall.
Yeah, well, I don't do as much reliving as you, unfortunately.
Well, I did it a lot in a very short period of time.
Yeah, he had like a dirt bike and it was red and yellow or something. Now that I'm IMDb, is there a movie called She?
There is. Wasn't it one of the Species movies?
Sandra Bergdahl. Okay, so it was She from 1984. A post-apocalyptic world, she aids two brothers' quest to rescue their kidnapped sister. Along the way, they battle weird creatures before standing against the odds to defeat the evil Norks. Norks. Oh, Barbarians. That was mid '90s, but the bodybuilding twin brothers, they were
The ones from WWE?
no. They're from the movie Barbarians. David and Paul, Peter and Paul, Peter and David. Anyway, one of them died recently. What the? I can't spell Barbarians, so I'm spelling double trouble. Peter and David Paul. That's why I fucking couldn't get their names right. Yeah, they were in a movie called Double Trouble with Roddy McDowell and David Carradine. I think Peter is still alive, but David died.
What about Mary?
Yeah, March 6, 2020, David Paul died. They were in the Barbarians, Twin Sitters, Double Trouble. I think like Natural Born Killers. Think Big. Yeah. And then they had like side projects, like they were in DC Cab and shit.
The Wraith was a Dodge M4S Turbo Interceptor.
With like really shitty spray paint.
Yep, it was a 200-mile-an-hour car. It was crazy.
So this
it was
is
it was a prototype.
The Viper before the Viper.
It was a mid-engine, rear-wheel drive car.
I don't know what that means.
But it was powered by a 2.2.
Dear God. 1,750 horsepower, $2 million car.
Oof.
It's sexy.
That's some James Bond taking the wrong turn levels of bullshit right there.
I bet you this thing doesn't stick to a road for shit, but it's really cool looking.
Talking about the Dodge?
No, this is it's called a Lucari Epitome.
Epitome.
It says it's 1,750 horsepower. That's fully 1,000 more horsepower than a Hellcat.
Yeah.
I see.
It's pretty.
They're all pretty until they break.
Well,
It's pretty
luckily,
fast.
if this one does break, it's powered by a 7-liter Chevy V8 twin turbocharged engine.
Oh. So it'll throw a rod through the side of the block. How nice.
Yes, but it would be cheaper to repair, is what I'm saying.
It would be cheaper to repair, but the question is, I question the build quality on the electronics and everything else in it because
Absolutely.
I
Every
don't-
GM car or truck I've owned has had spooky electrical shit after 5 years. Every single one. Right now I'm just going down a rabbit hole. All right, enough of that.
Hell comes to Frogtown. I think I saw the House too before I ever saw House because of USA Up All Night.
Did you guys ever manage to get Elvira, like when she was doing the USA Up All Night before USA Up All Night?
It's mostly Gilbert Gottfried for me. And then Jim Bob. I read a story recently about how she was sexually assaulted by Wilt Chamberlain. And I'm like, yeah, but I blame you. Like 1977 and Wilt Chamberlain's already put his book out and you're running around like his house because you're invited to a party. And you see his shoe collection. If you willingly go to see some man's shoe collection in his bedroom, you get what you get. You're a want-to-be film actress in Hollywood. That's your own choice. Much like most of what happened to the women surrounding Bill Cosby.
And Harvey Weinstein.
100% of women surrounding Harvey Weinstein. Oh, I'm sorry, you're only worth $13 million and you had to be suffered with him asking you to rub him 3 times before you got the job. I'm not victim blaming, but I'm the closest you could possibly get to being a victim blamer. You surround yourself around these perverts, you know damn well what's going on, and you keep going back to it. Hell, they went off on their own after Miramax, and they created the Weinstein Company, and you still came back to work with their projects instead of just writing it off. That's your fault. I am responsible for my actions. I am not responsible for anybody else's actions. You were responsible for your actions. You were not responsible for anybody else's actions. That was your action of going back.
I'm sure this is old, but the 6-wheeled convertible from League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is supposedly for sale on eBay.
Wasn't that Rolls Royce?
No.
Wasn't it supposed to be a Rolls Royce?
No.
Was there a 6-wheeled Rolls Royce that could have confused it for?
No, the only 6-wheeled vehicle was like an Elk, and it was in Formula One racing.
They've had multiple 6-wheeled vehicles. Like, most of them have two in the back. Well, 4 in the back, technically. But the one from Leader of Extraordinary Gentlemen had the pairs up front instead of at the back.
And I feel like it cornered really well in Venice.
As long as it was, yeah.
Or wherever the fuck it was supposed to be. We need to launch a missile to save the city. Let's use my really expensive car as a beacon because I'm fucking Elon Musk over here.
You know what I'd like to find is a Cadillac 16 somewhere. That would be kind of cool to get.
Good luck.
No shit.
They're beautiful.
They are. They're a good-looking car.
It is art on wheels.
Original Predator star speaks up about Prey.
What'd they say?
I don't want to hear. Unless it's like Shane Black, but let's see who it is. When the sequel Beloved franchise comes out, yada yada, Ghostbusters, Independence Day Resurgence, Top Gun Maverick, Predator franchise, Northern Plains of America 1700s, while the film received praise, while its critics liked, well recognition, Florida. Film received an endorsement from one of the original actors, Jesse Ventura, who played the original movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, Carl Weathers, and Bill Duke. Praised the film and called it wonderful. I'm Jesse asking questions.
Jesse the Bod Ventura.
Ain't got time to bleed.
Goddamn sexual dinosaurs. I still gotta see that movie.
You haven't seen Predator?
Prey.
Oh. It's on
like,
Hulu.
it just came out this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think, especially in this day and age, that I give a shit between an original cast member and a cast member of part 4 of a movie franchise.
Oh, you got the socket?
Like, like maybe if it's Warwick Davis talking about the differences between the original Leprechaun and Leprechaun 4 in fucking space, then I'll listen. But if it's like Bill Duke talking about the difference between Predator and Predators, they're completely different movies.
There are only 2 Predator movies.
I actually like Predators.
So did I.
What are the two for you?
Predator and Predator 2.
Really, Predator 2?
I like it.
Yeah.
I do. I unabashedly like that movie. Is it a great movie? No, but I really enjoyed that movie.
He just really hearts Danny Glover.
He's too old for this shit.
I know.
My laugh was like everything had a fucking laser sight on it, and most of it like
Oh yeah.
blocked the actual sights.
I like what they did with the lore for the Predators in Predator 2. They really expanded upon the base movie and fleshed out the Predators themselves, which I thought was kind
You
of
know what it is, Sean? You just really like seeing the xenomorph skull on the wall.
that
Yeah,
too.
you wouldn't have
That's
had
what it
you wouldn't have
was.
had AVP without Predators 2 or Predator 2.
Yep.
I like them all. I mean, even AVP and Requiem.
I didn't like the new Predator movie that came out though. Not Prey, but the new Predator
Predators.
one.
No, wait.
No,
Wait, what
there
the
was
fuck
one
is
that
the
came
one?
out.
What's
It was
between
weird.
Prey and Predators? The Predator?
What was it? I can't remember.
The Predator?
The Predator or something like that.
Hold
Yeah,
on, let me check.
the Predator.
Yeah, because they
It
called
made
it
my franchise hurt.
Thomas Jane.
Yeah, I enjoyed the banter and stuff, and I like Shane Black.
Come on, dude. Thomas Jane.
He wasn't in the Predator, was he?
Yeah, he was in the Predator. Him and Keanu Ivory Wayans had back. He was a stutterer, and they had a back and forth like love-hate relationship, and that bothers me to shit that they were able to choreograph shooting themselves without a countdown. Like one of you would have been shot, and the other one would have been like, "Well, damn, now who's gonna shoot me?"
Oh, I guess there is only the one
The only one what?
Cadillac 16.
Oh. Yeah, I would go Predator, Predators, Predator 2, Predator, Requiem, The Predator, Alien versus Predator. But
I just hate the fact that
premise
the
of Aliens versus Predators is such a good one that we just got such a steaming pile of poo.
yeah, and even the fact that it takes place in a cold climate, I allow that to take place because it's testing the youths, and you don't want to let it overrun. Plus, who knows what it was 10,000 years ago? Blah, the fucking blah blah, or 10 million years ago, whatever the fuck. They had two separate canons that they had to abide by when mooshing that bullshit together. And kudos for the attempt. I don't like that you can't have a franchise come out on top. Like the ending of Freddy versus Jason. You're like, man, what happened here? This is weird. But it's a good effort. Good effort, guys. Good effort. I'll always go to the theaters for those movies. I don't care how bad they are. I'm favoring you with the attempt. It's something I wanted. It's something I got.
Did you guys hear they're doing throwback movies in the theaters now?
I heard Maverick was coming back, and there was going to be like gifts and shit.
I didn't hear about Maverick, but I heard about no, not Maverick. You mean
Top Gun. Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. No, I saw they're rerunning Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade for sure, and there was another one that looked good.
Is there anything up by Christopher Nolan? He makes for the big screen. He doesn't make for the movie enjoyer at home. I'd like to see Ready Player One in theaters if I had a chance.
I never did catch that one, and I always said I wanted to. We should probably watch that.
I did.
You should watch it. It's not.
I mean, they changed things in it, but from the book. But I mean, basically, all it is it's pop culture. Basically, it hits you in the member berry, so
It's just a bunch of member berries.
pretty much.
Kind of got that with Stranger Things.
Well, Ready Player One is the same thing.
I got the member berry jogging. I got pizza delivered last week, and it was the old school Domino's box. I was like, oh,
With the Noid on it.
I was expecting the Noid, but no, it was an even older school box, and I was like, bring the Noid back.
I thought they were.
The kids would not understand Noid these days.
All right,
Here,
it's a lot
we're
of
buying
fun.
the pizza.
Yeah. Sit back and let me tell you the story of the Noid.
There used to be a guy that looked like the Trix Rabbit, but I assure you, he was not there for Trix cereal.
And wasn't the original Noid commercials, weren't they claymation?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't see anybody doing that for advertisements these days. That's way too much money.
No, it's too much money.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Or we could wrap it up either way. Yeah, GM has a history of making really cool concept cars and then really farting out.
Yeah, one of
terrible-
my favorites is the Pontiac Rageous.
But then they fart
Look up
out
that one.
horrible production cars based on those concept cars.
Yeah, the Pontiac Rageous was my favorite.
Pontiac what?
Rageous.
RAG?
Rageous. Really cool looking little concept car.
Images? It's a Firebird.
Essentially, but it's a 3-door.
So it's a
And then there was
squishy
also the Pontiac Fiero concept, the 1990 or 1991 Fiero concept. It looked really, really good. Totally would own one.
Well, they
still kind of
actually
won in
They
'89.
did produce the. Oh no, I see what you're saying. Yeah, because they did produce the Fiero. It was just a gigantic piece.
Yeah,
of
they
shit.
stopped it in '89. They had plans to continue it.
I see
but,
this, yeah, this modernized one does look pretty good.
Yeah.
It looks
yeah.
like a Ferrari.
Well, that's what they were trying to go for. Is they were trying to go for a mid-engine sports car market. So,
Yeah, they just
but unfortunately,
Pumped out.
they
pumped out
did
an
some
underpowered
bad decisions on the
wet
original.
fart of a.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. GM makes these awesome concept cars and then just does not. It doesn't translate.
Well, the
to
problem is
production
the bean
lines.
counters get a hold of it. And then they're like, well, we can't really do that, so this is what we'll do.
I'm surprised that the 2010 Camaro? No, the 2010 Camaro. From its concept to the actual production model, not much changed.
Yeah, not much changed. Mainly that was just due to the fact that Mustang was eating a lot of sales. And they saw what the 2005 retro style Mustang was doing, and they were like, well, we need that market.
Yep. I mean, they still do wonderful things with the Corvette, but they need something else. Like again, like I
The
said,
Corvette is the flagship, so...
well, it's the bow tie flagship, but
No, I mean, no, it's the flagship of GM.
well,
You
yes.
cannot have any vehicle faster than a Corvette.
Well, they have several that are already faster, like the Grand Nat.
Yeah, that was a fluke, and they did not let that happen again. Because the 89 GTA Trans Am had the 3.8 turbo, and it was faster than the Corvette. And GM threw a fucking fit. The head of GM and Chevrolet threw a fit over it.
Well, and technically, the Cadillac Corvette
The XLR?
XLR, you can get those that go fast. Well, naturally aspirated will go faster than the naturally aspirated Corvettes. Once you get into the turbos or superchargers, the Corvette still reigns supreme. But for naturally aspirated stock models, the XLR can be purchased faster than its direct match.
Well, the
in a Corvette.
XLR is no longer made.
Well, it is. It's just Corvette.
Yeah.
They were I mean, much like all GM stuff, but because they was Cadillac badged, they had to give the option to the Cadillac buyer to show up their buddy who's got the checker flags.
Holy shit! Did you know about the Noid hostage incident?
That's why he got canceled, isn't it?
No,
What?
he ran to 95. This happened in 89. And January 30th, 1989, Kenneth Lamar Noid, a mentally ill man, thought the campaign ad was a personal attack against him. So he goes to a Chamblee, Georgia restaurant armed with a .357 Domino's, and holds two employees hostage for over 5 hours. They demand they call Domino's owner Tom Moynihan, admit he stole his name, and he demands $100,000 and a white limousine as a getaway transportation. They agree to trade one hostage for a copy of the book The Widow's Son. The cop brings in the book, and he reneges and throws the cop out, keeps the two hostages. He then gets hungry and orders
Domino's?
two specialty pizzas from Domino's. And he makes them make these pizzas, and then he sets his gun down in his lap and eats said two pizzas, and they escape. The two hostages escape. And then a little bit later, he kind of just gives up. And was charged. The police chief says he told reporters he's paranoid, he's very irrational, and he's very hard to talk to. The Noy was charged with kidnapping, aggravated assault, extortion, possession of a firearm during a crime, and was found not guilty by reason of insanity. He unfortunately died in 1995 of suicide, and that is why it was discontinued. The Noy mascot when he committed suicide in 95.
Okay, so I knew it was related to why they stopped.
I'm like, he's dead. like, fucking ramp up the campaign now.
Well, it had been going for 10 years at that point, hadn't it?
9, but yeah. I want to see them bring it back in 2022 with a fucking white guy with an N on his shirt. I don't care that he's wearing a fucking skin-tight rabbit costume in red for some reason. But the white circle with the black N, oh, somebody's not going to be happy with that.
Jake Fry. Just looking to upset people. Which is fine.
I'm not looking, they're looking. But yeah, let's get out of here.
Alright.
Move it to the off-hours chat.
Okay. Say goodnight, everybody.
Not everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Well, I believe in good vibrations is what creates a beautiful nation.